I'm Keili. I've had back pain for quite a number of years now. It got to the point where it was really starting to give me grief. And so I signed up for a personal trainer. That didn't end well, which was about the time that you posted, I think, to say that you were looking for people who were interested in working with you. And I thought that sounds like a much better option. I'd done some of your classes online before. I joined the Core Fit Club a number of years ago and then got out of the habit of doing it. So we had a chat and decided that that was probably the right approach. So I jumped ship from the nasty, made me do lots of exercise personal trainer that ruined me, came over to you because you were much nicer.
What was going on in your life when you first began? What problems were you facing specifically?
I've got a disabled dog, so it involves a lot of lifting. Her back legs don't work, so I have to lift her out of the house to take her out to go to the loo. And that was painful, holding her in the bent over position, holding her weight. And it was just uncomfortable. I wasn't sleeping brilliantly well. I wouldn't say it stopped me doing anything, but I was aware of it. If we went out for a walk at some point, I would have to stop and bend because it'd feel like my back was rigid. So, yes, it was impacting life enough that it was starting to annoy me.
What would you have rated your back pain out of 10 if you were saying 10 was the worst when we first met?
I think a 7 or an 8, but it wasn't consistent. It could be fine all day, but then it would be really uncomfortable in the evening, or I'd get up in the morning, it'd be uncomfortable during the day. It really did seem to depend what I did, and I didn't know what I was doing to make it worse. I was frustrated more than anything else. I can't say it stopped me doing things because I don't think it did, but it made me think twice before I did things. Or even if I did them, I'd think, oh, at some point my back's going to hurt after this and I'll have to go home and have a bath.
What made you decide to work with me out of anyone else in particular?
I think you just came along at the right time, to be honest. I'd done your classes before, so I was aware of you and I followed you on social media. I was frustrated with the personal trainer that I was using. I didn't feel like they were listening to me. They weren't listening to the issues I had with my body that meant I couldn't do the exercises they were giving me. Even though I told them I couldn't do what they were giving me, they were still giving me hundreds of things to do that just ended up injuring me. And you asked the right question at the right time. And I thought, oh, actually, maybe this is something I should have looked into
Yeah.
to be.
What happened during the time when we worked together? How did you feel about that?
It was just a consistent increase, I think. Each time you added on something else that helped. So it was just a gradual progression in the right direction. Maybe the thing that was most highlighted was when I realized that lifting the dog out to the garden and holding her up, A, it didn't hurt quite as much as it did before, but B, I knew how to move to help it feel better. So we talked about adjusting my stand, and actually those things coming to mind at the time I was actually doing it, rather than afterwards thinking, oh, I should have done that. But actually in the motion thinking, oh, I should move my heels back a bit and I should adjust my weight. And I think that was, it just came automatically rather than me having to force it.
So, what's going on in your life now? What's the approach for your health and wellness now?
Well, I'm still full of good intentions. Every morning I'm going to get up and do some Pilates. I wouldn't say it happens every time. I work in the office 2 days a week. So those days it's impossible. I get up too early and it's just rush to get into the office. But the days I work from home, I try to make a point. Even if it's just 15, 20 minutes, then I go upstairs and I have a bit of a stretching session. Inevitably, after the stretching session, I remember all the other ones that I was supposed to have done. Because I've reached that point now where I won't look at the exercises you gave me because I've got them written down. I won't look because I remember them all.
Brilliant.
But you guarantee after I've finished, I think, I forgot that one. That's a really good one. I should do that one next time.
We've got a lot to choose from now. It's good.
But it seems to work. And the plan always was that I would get back to doing a core fit class in the morning. I haven't quite got to that point yet, but at least I'm doing something which I figure is getting me in the right direction. And it's helping.
And you know that it's going to help your back. It's not going to give you any more injury.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Which is the most important piece.
It's brilliant. And you also know how to self-manage now, don't you? If you ever feel any more pain or discomfort, you know how to get out of that. How would you describe?
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes I'll wake up and I'll be a bit like, oh, I'm a bit twingy. And then I'll make a point of going and doing my exercises. If during the day I think about it and I think, oh, when I've been in the office, so I've not done anything in the morning, and I'm coming home thinking, oh, I'm a bit uncomfortable today. And I realize I've been sat at my desk all day, I've barely moved, or I've been in meetings all day, then I know when I go home, I need to go and spend some time and just do those stretches. And it really does help. And I even sound surprised saying that because I still am. Feel like, why didn't I do this sooner?
Oh, I love that. So true.
I think you've taken the first step as well, because when you're used to it, pain just becomes normal. It was just the normal. And now knowing there's something I could do to make it better, I think, why did I put off doing those classes all those times where it was just like, oh no, I can't be bothered. I'm a bit achy. There's no point. But absolutely there is a point because it helps. Yes. Yeah.
Good. And you know what to do. That's the key.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
How would this have impacted your mental state, your business, your health, anything particular at work?
General day to day, I don't think about it. And I guess that's probably the biggest compliment I can give you because I'm not thinking about it because it's not bothering me so much.
That's brilliant. So you really don't think about it. Amazing. So what would the biggest win and tangible result be during the time that we work together?
Biggest win, probably teaching me how to listen to my body and what to do to make things feel better.
Brilliant. And what about any pain reduction?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a pain reduction completely. I wouldn't say it's gone. I still have days where I get up and I think, oh God, that's uncomfortable today, but not like it was. It was particularly bad when we first started. Now it's much less. It doesn't bother me. I don't really think about it.
And so how would you rate it now out of 10 compared to when you started?
Probably about a 3 or a 4. Yeah, it might spike at times, but it's not consistent at all. It's much lower level.
Yeah. Amazing. And how would you feel now in 3 to 4 words in compared to the beginning when you were frustrated?
I'd probably still keep frustrated in there a little bit, but only from I know I need to do more than I'm doing, and I'm frustrated with myself for not doing that. But that's purely me and making me find the time for it, and it's getting better, so I figure that one's gonna disappear by itself. Otherwise, I'd say I feel good. Yeah, it's quite satisfying, and I feel good after I've stretched, so then I know it's helping.
Yep. And so what would your favorite part be working together?
Probably the relationship actually, because we had a good giggle at times.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I think it was that. It was the connection. It made it seem so much better. But I still have to say that every time I say I'm talking to you, all I get from my daughters is put your bum in the air because that's what they could hear from outside the room when we were doing particular exercises.
That's brilliant. I love it. What would you say to anyone who's considering working with me at any point?
Definitely give it a go. Absolutely. If they're thinking about working with you, they should. It's definitely worth a go. And don't go to the people that make you do 300 squats because that doesn't end well.
I remember when you were telling me about that. I was like, oh, I need to give you a hand. What would you say to someone who's never considered getting support for their back pain? Would you recommend this?
If somebody has back pain and isn't doing something about it, I would most definitely say get with the program because I didn't for a long time and I wish I had done sooner. I didn't realize how much it would help.
And what would you say to someone who hasn't invested in themselves this much before?
Investing in yourself it's a big thing. It was a big thing for me to do because it was like, oh, is this just another thing? It's another fad I'm going to do and I'm not going to do it. It's not going to help. I'm just going to waste money, waste my time. But it's worth it if it helps. Why shouldn't you? You're worth it. Your body stands up to a lot of pressure. You might as well do the best for it that you can. It's only going to make life easier. So go for it and see how it goes.
Yeah. So who would benefit from my work, do you think?
Everybody would, to be honest, because we could all do with being a little more aware of our body and how we use it and what we can do to improve things. So yeah, I don't think it's limited at all, but certainly if you're in pain, definitely try it. I'm more aware of my body for sure. And now if something hurts, I think, oh, which is the exercise I need to do for that? Which one should I try? So yeah, definitely an awareness. The way I hold myself, I'm conscious now I'm probably sat here slumped around and not sitting properly at all, but I'm more aware of it. Like I say, taking the dog out, doing things. If I get something out the kitchen cupboards, I'll try and make a point of squatting to do it rather than just bending over. All of which used to hurt to do. My husband turned around to me the other day and he said, "Oh, your back's sore." I said, "No, it's not." And he said, "But you were really gingerly going in the cupboard." I'm like, "No, I did a really slow squat, so it was good for me." But he just assumed my back was hurting and I didn't want to bend because that's what he's used to seeing.
Now you're turning everything into an exercise.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. You've done amazing and you stuck at it and you've trusted in the process to give it a go, which is so good.
It was really good. It was broken up, wasn't it, with Christmas and everything else happening was not as consistent as it could have been, but it still worked.
What a good outcome. Really
Yep,
good. So pleased.
absolutely.
I really appreciate it
It's not.
and hope to continue working together and helping you take it to the next level. And yeah, I appreciate your time today.